I'd like to introduce Akleema Ali from Trinidad and Tobago. Akleema is a Reiki master practitioner in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. She is passionate about educating individuals about Reiki and its benefits. Akleema has contributed to the field of mental health in Trinidad and Tobago in journals such as the International Journal of Adolescent Medicine and Health in 2004, Social Psychiatry and Psychiatric Epidemiology, 2005, and European Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, 2006. Her fascination with health and healing over time has shifted from the clinical reporting of mental health incidences and rates to the healing modality of Reiki as a complementary therapy. She has published articles focusing on Reiki in the Reiki News magazine, 2020, the Universal Life magazine, a magazine for Reiki professionals, 2022 and 2023, and the Journal of Integrative and Complementary Medicine, 2022. She was one of the top 10 energy healers in 2022, awarded by the Energy Healing magazine. Her presentation, Subjective Experiences of Receiving Reiki. We welcome Akleema Ali.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And I do have a little presentation, so I'm just going to share my screen. So this is my topic for today. It's on the subjective experiences of receiving Reiki, which is really the experiences that clients receive when a Reiki practitioner is giving Reiki to them. So I am from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and just a little background, I belong to 3 professional associations: the Reiki Healing Association, the International Center for Reiki Training, as well as the Center for Reiki Research. So my presentation is actually focused on the work I would have done with the Center for Reiki Research. So this is a little bit about the center. Now, this center is based in Southfield, Michigan, in the United States. It's the first and only non-profit organization dedicated to the field of Reiki research. The purpose of the center is to promote the scientific awareness of Reiki by conducting quality research and providing an updated archive and summary of all evidence-based Reiki research published in peer-reviewed journals. The center offers guidance and direction for all researchers, practitioners, and clinicians that want to conduct Reiki research in the world. It seeks to validate and foster the acceptance of Reiki biofield therapy as an integrative healthcare practice, which is really the way of the world and the way forward with Reiki. Now, if you don't know what Reiki is, this is what it is. It is a form of energy medicine or biofield therapy that reduces stress and promotes healing. It is administered through in-person laying of the hands on a body or offered remotely or through distance. The original practice originated in Japan nearly 100 years ago, and its popularity is growing globally. Scientific research for Reiki is still in the beginning stages. However, the research to date shows great promise for Reiki's ability to promote health. So the highlighted study for today was actually published in the Journal of Integrative and Complementary Medicine in 2022. And the team of researchers belong to the Center for Reiki Research. The title of the journal article is an evaluation of the subjective experience of receiving Reiki, qualitative results from a pragmatic effectiveness study. So this study took place at a private Reiki practice across the United States. So different Reiki practitioners would have asked their clients to complete a survey before and after a Reiki session. Now, this study is quite large. As you would have seen, just over 1,000 individuals would have participated in this study. So we actually had 1,284 responses, and it is from those responses that we generated what people experience when they take part or they sign up for a Reiki session from a practitioner. Now, this is a fairly large paper, so of course, because of time, I pulled out these are the 8 major themes or some of the more popular reasons why people choose Reiki as a modality in order to deal with stress and to promote peace within. The number one reason identified from the study, people experienced deep relaxation and calm, almost 70% of that sample. People also experience a lot of body sensations and somatic experiences. And I'm going to give you all a couple examples of what they actually wrote in a bit. People experience a range of emotions when they receive Reiki. We also had 18% of the sample experience or have some type of spiritual journey or visitation by someone that is significant to them. We've had people experience change in symptoms in whatever ailment or condition they are currently experiencing. Changes in perception, whether it's visual perception, auditory perception, or even a perception in time change. 10% of the sample, or people who experience Reiki, just fell asleep. They became very drowsy and they don't remember much. And only 4% of the sample became very much aware that their breathing slowed down or their breathing became deeper. So I'm going to carry you all into examples of what people actually wrote. So when it came to deep relaxation and calm, one client wrote, a powerful experience of receiving Reiki that has brought a sense of physical calm and peace with everything. Another, I felt a sense of great relaxation and my jaw unclenching and relaxing about 10 minutes into the session. When it came to body sensations, which was the second major theme, people experience different types of tingling and numbing sensations in their body. And in fact, sometimes people experience what we would call a phantom experience or energy sensation. So for example, the second example is a client experienced at one point during the session, I was laying still with my eyes closed and felt warm pressure on my left arm. I thought the practitioner was holding my arm, but when I opened my eyes, she was on the opposite side of the table with both hands over my torso. And the third example actually is somebody who kind of described an out-of-body experience, which was experienced, as you would see, just over half of the sample also had the experience of having their body floating or lifting off of the table. The third theme of emotions, 28% of people felt happier or experienced a sense of gratitude, love, and centeredness. And some clients actually got a sense of clarity with respect to where the root of their emotional state resided and how to correct the bad energy that needed to be released by them. And the last item, there's actually a vivid description of what a client wrote when she experienced her emotional release. Her tears flowed hot, and even though she was ashamed, she was also encouraged that it was good to let the tears flow, that these tears are really cleansing her spirit. Now, within a Reiki session, as I said, people experience different things. So some people experience journeys, or they have people show up in their vision or in their mind. And these are two powerful examples. One person actually got a vision of Reiki Master Takata. It was a wonderful experience for the client. And in fact, the person knew that it was Master Takata who was at the back of her head, touching her head with her fingers. Another client experienced an extremely powerful spiritual journey. That is when Jesus appeared with a message. I felt tense and he said, do not worry, everything is okay. I am in charge of everything. Why do you ask me to help when you continue worrying? You are always seeking for me and ask me where I am. And when I am in front of you, you do not recognize me. So Reiki does different things for different people, and it is a very powerful modality. Now, changes in symptoms, this varied for or were experienced by 16% of the sample. So we did have a few clients experiencing pain, which is translated, meaning that the energy needs to pass through the body and the client needs to be able to release the source of whatever was causing their pain. And we had some positive symptoms, meaning some people, blood pressure dropped, people had, lessened symptoms when it came to anxiety and depression. So changes in symptoms focused on that. When it came to changes in perception, 11% of the sample, like I said before, some people experience or see colors when they receive Reiki. So they see bursts of color, they see rainbow of lights, they see glittering gold, different colors. And then we also have people who felt as if they lost their sense of time. That third example, that person felt as if they were only on the table for a short space of time. And in fact, they have been on that table for about 48 minutes. And the last example was really rare. Out of that entire sample of over 1,000 people, only 3 people had the experience of actually hearing a sound from the practitioner's hands. Sleep and drowsiness, 10% of the sample just fell asleep, nothing else to remember in that session. And 4% of the sample, like I said, changes to breathing. People became very much aware of the in and the out breath from the body. One client was able to isolate their breathing to belly breath, and one person was aware that their breathing slowed down or became deeper. So even though Reiki is a very curious or still remains a mysterious modality, I think the work of this center and paving the way for the future with this modality shows the following. The findings from this study confirm that Reiki can elicit the relaxation response, body and somatic sensations, and does alter emotions and perceptions in such a way that the client experiences a transformative type of healing. For the future, more Reiki research and collaborative efforts are needed in order to contribute to the field of Reiki and promote acceptance of it as a modality to adjust the human biofield. And of course, blending Reiki with traditional medical intervention will lead to a more integrative and compassionate healthcare system. So I just want to thank you all for listening and allowing me on this platform to show the type of work that I'm doing in my part of the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akleema. Thank you. I am fascinated by the way how science tries to prove, that spirituality and energy work and energy healing actually really helps people. And I have to acknowledge you that you took part in this and you are part of the research team. That's a really great experience for you, I guess. And also, sharing this with the world and showing that energy healing, people want to see numbers, they need to see facts. And connecting spirituality, with the science and showing it in numbers and facts, it made it more credible. So people start to use it more and more, and which makes me really happy. So thank you, Akleema, for sharing about Reiki. I'm all about it. So you got me on this one.
Thank you so much, Akleema, for giving depth to what we've always intuitively known. That's all I can say. You gave it the depth that it needs for everyone to understand.